Welcome to Isaiah day 19 and chapter 27. I think I may have said day 17 yesterday. I'm so sorry if that was confusing. Chapter 27. In that day, this is talking about the day of restoration, the day that the Lord's punishment will come to pass and be done. In that day, the Lord will take his terrible swift sword and punish Leviathan, the swiftly moving serpent, the coiling, writhing serpent. He will kill the dragon of the sea. So this is not talking about the Loch Ness Monster. This is not talking about humpback whales or whatever you might think. It's talking like specifically about a sea monster. Leviathan also is, some people would say is a spirit, but also talking about the sea monster of the deep. That is like the author of the chaos. And the serpent, we can draw parallels from there. Verse 2, in that day, sing about the fruitful vineyard. I, the Lord, will watch over it, watering it carefully. Day and night I will watch over it so no one can harm it. And let's think back to where the vineyard is abandoned, the vineyard is a wreck, the vineyard is destroyed. But now, day and night I will watch over it so no one can harm it. My anger will be gone. If I find briars and thorns growing, I will attack them. I will burn them up unless they turn to me for help. So we're kind of personifying, or no, the opposite of personifying. We're plantifying persons. Unless they turn to me, let them make peace with me. Yes, let them make peace with me. The time is coming when Jacob's descendants will take root. Israel will bud and blossom and fill the earth with fruit. Has the Lord struck Israel as he struck her enemies? Has he punished her as he punished them? No, but he exiled Israel to call her to account. That was the purpose. She was exiled from her land as though blown away in a storm from the east. Remembering allusions back to winds of judgment. The Lord did this to purge Israel's wickedness, to take away all her sin. The Lord did this to purge Israel's wickedness, to take away all her sin. There was a because in the midst of that. As a result, all the pagan altars will be crushed to dust. No Asherah pole or pagan shrine will be left standing. The fortified towns will be silent and empty, the houses abandoned, the streets overgrowing with weeds. Calves will graze there, chewing on twigs and branches. The people are like the dead branches of a tree, broken off and used for kindling beneath the cooking pots. Israel is a foolish and stupid nation, for its people have turned away from God. Therefore, the one who made them will show them no pity or mercy. This guy just was doing the sailing. He's popped up on the other side. Yet the time will come when the Lord will gather them together like hand-picked grain. One by one he will gather them, from the Euphrates River in the east to the brook of Egypt in the west. In that day the great trumpet will sound. Many who were dying in exile in Assyria and Egypt will return to Jerusalem to worship the Lord on his holy mountain. Okay, so we've got this idea of restoration and held again in tension with the idea of judgment. Why? Because one is often dependent on the other. One actually is dependent on the other. In fact, even Jesus coming, he took our judgment in order to restore us, but judgment still had to take place. So would have meant something to them, but now it means something to us as well. Jerusalem being the holy city, the idea of nations streaming towards Jerusalem to worship the Lord once more is very much an end times one. And this, his holy mountain, worshipping on his holy mountain, like we read in the chapter before, streams of nations coming to feast together. We look right now at that part of the world and we think, how can that possibly be the case? But there is a promise of peace. There is a promise that the Prince of Peace will actually come and rule this earth. So we look forward to that time. I just wonder if right now you can turn your thoughts to that time and think about it and give God great praise.